Place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Happy 50th anniversary Radio Cayman. What an enormous legacy that has been made by Radio Cayman. God bless all of the employees, past and present, that have made Radio Cayman special. So as we celebrate this 50th anniversary, as we celebrate improvements and renovations to Radio Cayman, let's be thankful for the first 50 years, and Lord willing, ingenuity willing, collaboration willing, another 50 for Radio Cayman. Happy anniversary.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host,
Charles Glidden.
Coming up next, we talk American football in Cayman, and later it's Open Line when you can tell us what's on your mind. Talk Today, next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Thank you for making me a part of your afternoon, your lunch hour. It's Friday. You know, that Friday midday traffic is out there. Seems like everybody's out Friday midday, right? And seeing that it's Friday, you might be tempted to stretch your lunch a little bit. Take a little extra time. You might even be tempted not to go back to work. because you know, as they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, though, you know, it's a great weekend for some cultural events and of course football, which we're going to be talking about a little later on. The Cayman Arts Festival is underway. It actually got started last night at the Harkwell. All the festival events will be at the Harkwell. And tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, you can enjoy the music of some very talented musicians, the CAF Youth Camerata. This is a group of young local musicians out of the Cayman Arts Festival after-school program. And they are billed as the pinnacle ensemble of that afternoon school program. And they're said to represent Cayman's next generation of musical excellence. And this is a special concert because the CAF Youth Camerata will collaborate with former students of the Yehudi Menuhin School, and that's a first-class, top-rate music school in Surrey, UK. So that should be a special treat. That concert is at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening at the Harkwell. Then on Sunday, even if you're going to watch the Super Bowl, even if you got that on the agenda, you can still get some live music in on your Sunday agenda. At 5 o'clock Sunday evening, you can enjoy music from Cayman's own Future Phobia, and also the Royals, an all-female group. This concert is more on the pop rock side of things, and Future Phobia is an exciting young band formed through the Jason Gilbert Recording School. You might have heard him on here talking about that, a few days ago. And they blend contemporary and classic influences into, powerful, energetic sound. And they have an album coming out this year, so they'll probably be playing some music from that. And they're said to represent a bold new voice in Cayman's music. And Jason Gilbert, of course, is Cayman's own Grammy-winning artist. The Royals are a dynamic all-female band from the Netherlands. They've been performing since 2022, and they will be sharing the stage at the Harkwell with Cayman's Future Phobia to bring you a concert of iconic rock and roll hits. So you can rock away down at the Harkwell. That's at 5 o'clock on Sunday. It's at the Harkwell, and you can check out the tickets. You can actually get tickets if you go to the Cayman Arts Festival website. You can order them online, and they have some special deals on tickets, like 2 for $25. So check that out. There, they have these special prices because they're more about exposing people to music than making big money out of it. It's that whole program is very educational. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're talking football, as in NFL football. Stay with me.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Caymanians may grow up playing football as in FIFA or CIFA, but many of us also love football as in NFL. And that will be evident this Sunday as TV sets in Cayman will be tuned to the Super Bowl, and many homes, bars, and restaurants will be hosting Super Bowl parties. Joining me now to chat about the growth of American football in Cayman are Loxley Banks, and hopefully we might have a special guest coming in.
Yeah, I think so.
Before we're over.
Yeah.
Well, Loxley, how are you doing?
Doing all right, Doing all right.
You got your schedule set for Sunday?
Well, yeah, and I'm just going to relax, and hopefully it's a good game.
The popularity of American football in Cayman, I guess it started with the satellite dish.
No, Charlo, you know, looking back, I mean, you can
As
imagine.
far as the general population, though.
Well, yeah, I think that'd be fair to say. But, you know, when the population of Cayman was merely 5,000 people, there was an E-Banks playing top-level football, starring with the Texas A&M Aggies as a running back.
Who was that?
He was an E-Banks, that's all I can tell you. I haven't been able to really run down. But,
or the E-Banks tribe.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a lot of them that was down in Texas from the early part of the century.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. And then there was another one that played for, I think, SMU, Southern Methodist University. Either SMU or TCU, I think it was SMU. His father was E-Banks, but they changed the name to Howell. And he lived right up there on Elizabeth Street, where your navel string is buried somewhere up there, you know. And throughout the years, you know, and this was back with the first E-Banks that I mentioned in the mid-1950s. And so all along there have been Caymanians living in the States, you know. In fact, we got a 6-minute clip of a Caymanian that lived in Miami. I'm not sure whether you knew him, Donnie Bodden. He went to Miami High.
He was probably before my time there.
I would think so. Yeah, and he was a star running back for the Miami High football team. And back in those days, and this was in the 60s, early 60s, I think it was, they had a U.S. championship high school football game. And most of the time it was played in the Orange Bowl, because that time of year, you know, up north, snow and everything, and that was really before the advent of the dome stadiums and all this stuff. So they usually tried to play in a warm, you know. And he was a star running back for the Miami High football team. And then also MacArthur Farrington. I don't know whether that name is familiar, but yeah. He was a star back for the University of Florida, but he got killed in a.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
was he coming back from a game or something when that happened?
I think with something surrounding that. Yeah. And he, you know, at Chamberlain High School in Tampa, he was the rage. You know, MacArthur Farrington, and he grew up right down there in Farrington Square, or what do you call? Well, the whole thing was known as Banksville one time, but and you know that he grew up down there and went to the States. I think because his mama died when he was quite young, and he had a sister living in Tampa, and she took him down there. He was probably could have been 8, 9, 10 years old when he left Cayman and went to Tampa. But you know, looking back on how these folks assimilated in all of this stuff, you know, it's just the Caymanian way. Yeah.
So you have this clip that you have is from the Miami High.
Yeah, the Miami High days, and Fox, forgot that name there, Silver Fox. I think we can run that insert now. It's about 6 minutes long, and the listeners, it'll give you an idea just of you know, Cayman's affiliation with the U.S. football, college, high school. I'm not sure that we got anybody that has elevated themselves up to NFL, but it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere along the line there's some Caymanian is buried
some
somewhere.
Connection.
Yes. Okay.
So let's hear that.
You know, I went to Miami Senior High School, and grew up in the 50s, you know, and there was only like 4 high schools: Miami High, Coral Gables, Edison, and Jackson. There's so many now. And, you know, with the Super Bowl coming, and the last pro football team to go undefeated was the Dolphins, 17-0. And I look back on my high school career playing football at Miami High, and we were on all 3 years of high school. We were undefeated, never lost a game. And as a senior, we were city, state, and national. And I don't think they have a national playoff today. I think USA newspaper names like what they think is the number one team.
Yes.
So it was an honor to play, and we played our games on Thursday night in the Orange Bowl. So, we would win a big game, and you'd come back to school on Friday. And it was still, pretty cool.
Well,
you didn't have the weekend to lose the thrill of winning a big game, because the University of Miami played on Friday night and the Dolphins played on Sunday. And I often think about that when they, play a game when they said the only team was the Dolphins were 17-0 and we were undefeated. I think back in Miami when I was growing up in the 50s, sports was different. The neighborhoods were different. Everybody played together. You knew everybody's family, everything like that. And I look back on that and playing sports at the different parks and playing one neighborhood against the other neighborhood in sports, softball. I can see where we could be when we got to high school. We knew what positions we wanted to play because growing up as kids, we played that position and were good at it, So we kind of gelled together, I guess, going through that situation of playing sports from the time we were young in the same location in the neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Well,
and knowing everybody, that it kind of helped to get that record,
Yeah, well, sports has a great disciplinary element in it, and it teaches young folks quite a bit. Raul is around the table here with us. I think you played against him at Edison.
Edison, yeah. How you doing, Raul?
Doing good, cuz.
I haven't seen you
Yeah, as they say, in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You played on Thursday night, especially Thanksgiving. The next day, I had all day to think about that after you beat us again.
Yeah, we played you guys for the state championship, didn't we?
That year, I think you played Gables, didn't you?
Yeah, it was one of them.
Yeah.
We played, the state and then the city and then the national.
Yeah, we
and
couldn't.
At the time when we played for the national championship, it was the sports writers wrote up a team in California, a team in Georgia, and then a Baltimore Polytech, which was a boys' school. And that's who we played in the Orange Bowl. We beat them 21-7.
Yeah,
the write-up in the paper was Miami High plays the Baltimore Colts. Baltimore Polytech.
Yeah, back in them days, they used to bring down all these teams from Ohio and Baltimore Tech. There was that one in Ohio, the big team, Massillon, and all them, and someone out of Louisiana, and I think we got some out of Texas.
Yeah.
And they came down to Miami. And they went back crying like a bunch of babies.
Well, I heard you talking about a football player that played in for Florida State.
Yes.
I don't know his name, but that was Edsel Panton's son.
Right. Yes, I know Mr. Edsel's son. Yeah. And talking about those games in Orange Bowl, especially Miami High Gables or Miami High Edison and Jackson, because they were the big games. They'd draw 40,000, 50,000 people in the Orange Bowl.
It was unbelievable. The opposing team sat on one side, and if we played, we sat on the other side, and it was, the Orange Bowl was big. And
yeah, well, the Orange Bowl is a storied stadium, and tell us. I remember seeing your name splashed all over the Miami Herald sports page. Mike, it might have been front page when you threw that, what was it, the long 31, 45-yard halfback pass? Because you played halfback, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I was a pretty good athlete. I played defensive back, offensive back, and took punts and kickoffs. The only time I didn't play was when we kicked off for the other team.
I'm sure you must have had some real good offers from some of the colleges, Florida State, Miami.
Yeah, I had University of Miami, Florida State, talk to me and send me letters and stuff like that. But luckily, I tell you, I wasn't too interested in school, and going on. So, but sometimes I think about it. I didn't miss much because I don't know what, a different direction. I kind of feel I'm retired here in a retirement community in Tampa, and I feel like, I didn't miss out on too much.
Well, just to give you a little background about Donnie, his parents from West Bay. They were born up there at the end of Bogasan Road, and in fact, some of the Caymanians around Miami at the time, when you were playing excellent football, saying we think he's got some of that Bogasan dig in him.
Well, I tell you what, I was growing up in the 50s. There was like a Caymanian community around the area. A lot of the people knew each other, and my mother was a real good cook. And they, I guess, what they call a rundown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they would anything they could cook up to get to my mother's house or our house to eat, buddy. It was a big shindig.
Yeah. And
when I played high school football, the coach would tell you, tonight just eat something like Jell-O or something like that. And when I'd get home, my mother'd have a big fish too, or red beans and sea pie ready for me to eat. It didn't bother me. It was too good to not have it.
So he was a star in high school, but didn't really go on to college.
No, well, as he said, he didn't he didn't like school too well, and he did make it through high school. But
well, most of those, maybe not so much today, but I know years ago, if you got a scholarship to go play football at a university, that's what you went for.
Oh yeah.
You didn't go to school.
No. You looking. Yeah.
I mean, there's all kind of stories about how some of those college football players graduated. There's all kind of tales.
I think they came. They collected a lot of favors along the way.
Oh yeah, I think there was some reforms on that.
Yeah, oh yes,
in later years, but I mean,
in fact, speaking of that, I remember when I went to Miami-Jackson High School, I was in a typing class, and I can't think of the guy's name, but he was a very popular player with the Miami-Jackson High School football team, and he was in his typing class. And Lordy, he couldn't, he just couldn't assimilate with these things. And the teacher was a sort of older lady, and she was down on her. She said, I don't care how many yards you get this weekend or whatever, you ain't getting no favors from me. you got to learn type.
But I imagine a high school game being in the Orange Bowl. I mean, back when I was growing up in Miami, the Orange Bowl was still, the place of college games and pro games.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, when we got the Dolphins,
yeah,
and of course that's past now, right? What is the state of the Orange Bowl?
Well, they no more Orange Bowl.
Did they tear it
down? They knocked it down, and I think the baseball stadium there now, the Marlins Stadium. I'm not sure that it's on the same site, but it's somewhere in the general vicinity. The Orange Bowl was 7th Avenue or 7th Street and about 14th Avenue, I think.
Because that hosted a number of Super Bowls too.
Oh yes. I think the second Super Bowl was in Miami.
I know several of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Miami, Florida. Second Super Bowl, Green Bay Packers against the Oakland Raiders.
And one that I saw in the Orange Bowl was when the Jets defeated, the Colts, and that was like the coming of age of the AFL.
Right. Yeah.
An AFL team actually beat an NFL team.
Yeah. That was the third Super Bowl. Actually, Jets 16, Colts 7, and that was, Joe Namath. He was a
he predicted it.
Yeah.
He was bold enough to predict that they would beat him.
Yeah, and the setting that he predicted it in. He was a sort of playboy.
Oh yeah.
And he was at one of the. I think they were housed at the Eden Rock, a Fontainebleau Hotel, and he was on the deck there sitting amongst some beautiful acquaintances, and of course the reporters was trying to chase him down, because he was, and he told him, he says, "I guarantee that we'll beat you."
Yeah. He just didn't predict; he guaranteed it. That's right.
Yeah, he guaranteed it, And, well, one of them said to him, because, you know, the Colts, well, like, they were heavily favored. And Johnny Unitas, you know, at that time, the epitome in quarterback, you know.
That was my quarterback, Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, yes. And he, well, he had got injured, I think, earlier in the season, but they said he was ready to come back. And they said, when the reporter said to him, said, you know, Johnny Unitas is ready to go. And Namath said, well, I think by the time they bring Johnny in, the game
will be done.
And you know, it was with Namath that all of the, you know, the huge sums of money began to be poured into these college graduates. You know, Namath was a star quarterback for the University of Alabama, I think, Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
And they played in the Orange Bowl. They played, can't remember who they played in the Orange Bowl, you know, for the last game of the season. And his coach told him, said, you know, and that was at the height of the bidding war between the AFL, who you mentioned in the American Football League, was a, you know, up and coming football league, and NFL. And Namath didn't have an agent. As nowadays, you know, they don't say anything without an agent.
Right.
And the story revolves around a rep from the St. Louis Cardinals of the NFL league, and I can't remember the name of the representative from the AFL team that wanted him. And I think it was the Oakland Raiders that wanted to draft him, because there were separate drafts. You know, AFL had a draft and NFL had a draft. And they began to negotiate. And his coach had told him, says, well, you know, last year, George Myra, and you might remember that name, you know, you know, he got $125,000 with, I think it was $50,000 up front and the rest spread over 3 years. He said, don't you settle for anything less than that. And they started to bid. And when they got up to $450,000, the Cardinals dropped out and said, you know, we're not going any higher, and the Jets signed him.
Just think what they get today, millions.
Oh, yeah.
but Joe Namath was also he was one of the first that got a lot of endorsement.
Oh yeah, yes, he
commercial.
Yeah,
he got paid $1 million to shave off his mustache.
Yes,
Noxzema. Shaving cream.
Yes,
that was a big thing.
Oh yeah.
$1 million shave off your mustache.
And you know, he still does. He still does some commercials.
Yeah, I see him ever so often. We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
For 50 years, Radio Cayman has been the heartbeat of our islands, informing, connecting, and giving Cayman a voice. From breaking news to community stories, the journey continues. Radio Cayman, 50 years of excellence and still going strong.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. We're talking about football and its popularity in Cayman and Caymanians who've played American football. And it's American football, the NFL, is not just popular here. It's going or has gone
worldwide,
international. I mean, it is growing every year. I think even this year is more. Or 2025 has been up on 2024 as far as international audiences.
Yes, and they play, I guess 3 or 4 games every year at some of the European main stadiums, and there's been a talk. It's been, I guess, on the counter for a long time that they were looking to establishing some franchises in Europe, as part of the NFL league.
That should be interesting if they try and break that out over there. Yeah. But when we began the show, we were talking about the popularity of the game here in Cayman, with the coming of the satellite dish. And I can remember I came back home in 81. I remember going to the old Galleon Beach on the porch back there. They set up a satellite dish, and the place was full.
Oh, yes, Stereo City at the time. And
Everett Leacock.
Yeah, and they were just a few satellite dishes at the time, and it was of course it was a commercial venture for him, and they set it up and they sold it out. In fact, Radio Cayman participated in the promotion of it, and it sold out, and it wasn't at that time. It wasn't cheap.
No, the ticket to get into the Galleon was not cheap either. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I remember was an American tourist. He came to come in and view the game. Right when I forget how much the ticket was though. But when he heard the price of the ticket, he said, "What? Oh, anything the market will bear, huh?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was a big operation. To take a satellite dish.
Oh, and set it up down there,
and get all the technical.
Yeah.
Things, and had to thank Everett for that. I guess he could be listening today.
But I mean, today, I mean, during football season, I mean, it's the people that I know that that it is reserved, that time period between 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. That's reserved for football and for a lot of people in Cayman.
Well, when the games were in the Orange Bowl, on the weekends, the University of Miami and the Dolphins had games like University of Miami Friday night or Saturday, and the Dolphins on Sunday. They were playing loads of mainly males going up to Miami on that weekend to attend those games where they could, combine both games.
Took a flight to Miami.
Yes, yeah. And Larry, if you're listening, I guess you remember that. You and Clarence and a bunch of those guys. I mean, well, they were a lot of the rugby Cayman rugby football fans, and that's really where I guess NFL or U.S. football kind of emanated from was the rugby game.
And actually, flag football is big in Cayman now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
I mean, there's some serious competition that goes on.
Definitely.
About that flag football league.
Yeah. And at one time, and this was, I guess it was probably in the late '60s, early '70s. The University of Miami was interested in coming down here and looking at some of these athletes that we had in Cayman.
But the rugby players?
Well, not necessarily rugby players, just anybody with the physique, that could fit. And Charlie Franklin was one of them that day, because Charlie's a big man.
Yeah.
And this was just about the time, you remember Ted Hendricks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, was playing for
University of Miami.
Yeah. and something happened, and he was playing, I think, wide receiver or tight end.
I think it's the defensive end.
Well, that's what. No, he started out that because that high. You remember he was both ways, defense and offense. But the university football team, the guy that they was counting on to play defensive end, got injured, serious injury, so he was out for the whole season. And they decided to switch Hendricks to defensive end, and they didn't know how he would stand up against it, and I don't remember can't recall the name of the fullback that the University of Miami had at the time, but he was a bruiser. I mean, he'd hit you head on and he'd knock you back.
He didn't run around you; he ran over you.
Yeah, he ran over you. And they said, well, we're gonna in practice we're gonna put Ted up against this guy. And apparently the first time that they locked horn, Hendricks stood him up. He pushed him back. He said, well, we got our man, and he went on to star with the Baltimore Colts and the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, he was a excellent athlete.
Oh yeah, he was like a string bean, though. He was.
Yeah. But very strong.
Yeah. But Charlie had the physique of a good tight end. But one of the things that they kept asking for, what is their time? In other words, how fast do they run the 40, or how fast do they run the 100 yard?
Yeah.
Because that's an important aspect in recruiting anybody with speed. And I don't think there might not even been a stopwatch here. Or the stopwatch here at the time to time these guys.
So because they couldn't give that information, went downhill there. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't just give him a trial and see how fast he could run.
Well, at that time, college football was beginning to get into really big time, and
so if you weren't ready to go when they were inquiring, they weren't going to go to extra step.
No. Yeah, and especially if you hadn't played the game, because it meant a lot of orientation and
yeah. So, you rooting for anyone in particular in the Super Bowl?
No, not really. I just enjoy looking at the game, and I think it's gonna be a good game. And according to what you hear and what you see and what you read, Seattle is favored.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess that was a famous game that Seattle lost against the New England Patriots, where Seattle was about to really ice the game away, and I don't know if you remember the scenario, but they were down.
Yeah, this is like a replay, right?
Yeah. But instead of them, and this was when they had Russell's, what was the name of the star quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And they had I can't remember the name of the running back, but he was a bruiser. But the coach called a pass, and they were on his 6-yard line. And was the name Butler? The New England player Butler intercepted the pass and killed the drive right there, and Seattle. New England went on to win the game because it was almost over. But
New England is actually, as far as the international side of this goes, that's the international's favorite team.
Yeah. Well, they have.
You hear about the Cowboys being the America's team, but the Patriots is the international team.
Yeah,
they're loved internationally.
Yeah, they superseded the Cowboys. They won 6, or they participated in 6 Super Bowls, and you got all the controversy with the former coach Bill Belichick not making it into the Hall of Fame in the first.
I'm sure he'll get there, though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I will be watching from my recliner.
Well, same here.
And munching away on something and drinking a little something. But
in all of the sports facilities, of bars around Cayman, lounges, it'll be packed.
And home parties.
Yeah.
I know a couple going on, but I'm going to just take it easy in the recliner.
Yeah. I enjoy.
And I hope it's a good game because so many times, you get all the hype about the Super Bowl, and then it's a kind of flat game, right? Yeah. I like the playoffs better than the Super Bowl. Actually, I think you get some real super action during the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, time has rolled around to 1:00, and we're going to be checking out of here for a few minutes. Loxley, thank you so much for joining me and talking about football, American football's connection to Cayman. Take care. Until next time. Yeah, it's 1:00. Let's check in with the newsroom.
We are Radio Cayman,
covering Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman.
1 in a million. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Industry group Cayman Finance has welcomed government plans for new tokenized fund laws, calling them a major step toward legal clarity, while keeping strong regulation in place. Cayman Finance says the proposals help reduce uncertainty around tokenized mutual and private funds, while protecting market integrity and investor interests in our jurisdiction. Cayman already leads the world in investment funds, crypto hedge funds, and Web3 foundations. In international headlines, U.S. President Donald Trump is under fire after sharing a video on his Truth Social account that used racist imagery to depict Barack and Michelle Obama as primates in a jungle scene. After complaints, the video has been removed. A man wearing an explosives belt blew himself up today while a security force was trying to arrest him in western Iraq near the Syrian border, killing himself and wounding 2 security members. An Iraqi security official says the raid was being conducted in the Al-Qasim area in a district that borders Syria. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Darby Bernard Tibbetts, MBE. Bernard Tibbetts has spent his life serving the people of Cayman Brac. In his youth, he communicated with the island's ships by radio telephone, keeping seamen in touch with their families. He later became a wireless operator and was transferred to Cable and Wireless when it took over telecommunications in the Cayman Islands. In his 45 years working in communication, He undertook private study, enabling him in his spare time to do photo processing and repair the island's cars, trucks, radios, refrigerators, and air conditioners. He also established a family retail business. He served as president of the Kimmenbrack High School PTA, director of Kimmenbrack Power and Light Company, deacon of Stake Bay Baptist Church, trustee of Little Cayman Baptist Church, and member of the Brack's Hospital Building and Development Committees. In 1983, he was honored by receiving the MBE directly from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Mr. Bernard sings and plays music and has written a number of gospel songs and tracks, as well as a paper about life on Kimmenbrack before the modern era.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's take a look at the weather here. It's a nice 74 degrees here in Georgetown with winds out of the north at about 12 knots. And the forecast calls for windy weather, cool weather indeed. The wind will continue right through the night, and forecast calls for a low of 70 degrees with winds 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts coming out of the north and northwest, and seas are rough. Seas running 6 to 8 feet, small craft advisory, or rather small craft alert. Small craft alert is in effect, and it's nice to see that the radar is back up at our National Weather Service, and I always like to take a look at that and see what kind of weather is around us. And right now, it's clear, all clear. Radar looking good. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. Got someone on the WhatsApp? Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jolo.
Yes, how are you doing?
Okay. Mr. Banks still there now?
Well, he's over in the control room right now. I showed him the picture.
Oh, you showed him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, because I was trying to see how I could get in touch with him. Yeah, but I couldn't, so I decided to send it to you while he was there.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
All right, thank you, man.
Yeah, he says thanks very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. Okay, you take care.
Okay, man, you too.
And we have another caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, Charlo, good afternoon, man.
Robert, how you doing, man?
Yeah, never called you for a couple of days, but I had a phone problem, so I had to get it fixed.
What's happening?
Yeah, I want to send my deepest condolences to Owen Rivers' family. I never know that he had left us.
Oh, yeah.
And we all played for the same football club in West Bay, which was West Bay Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And Auburn was
good old boy.
Yeah, man. It's one thing I like about it that until I seen him last, we always respected each other. As a matter of fact, the whole family, I had a great deal of respect for them, all of them. I grew up beside them and watched them, the whole family, play football, I believe. Yeah, he was one of the favorites on the senior team of Lions. And all of Cayman just loud to watch him play. You know, he was so short, but skillful, a lot of speed, you know. It was some good times back at the annex, man, in the 70s there, you know. I'll never forget the nice crowds that we used to have on Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Sunday afternoon. I don't know. It's a long time. I haven't watched any local football, so I don't know about the crowds today. But I don't think the crowds today at football matches is like back in the 70s there. That was a good time, man, you know. All I can say, it's been nice meeting him, and rest in peace.
Indeed.
So, yeah, man. So, Chala, you know, a few months ago they had a big robbery in France.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yesterday, you know, they had dropped a crown when they were escaping. So yesterday I seen that crown on BBC. It got mashed up though. But I was thinking of my friend that always called you, and he was talking the other day about the rubies and in the caves. And
yeah.
I was saying to myself yesterday, well, on his visit inside those caves, if he had found something like that, it would have only been one time around. He wouldn't have to go back in those caves, man. Cause
retire.
Yeah, man. But that's a beautiful piece of gold, man, and all those rubies and diamonds and everything encrusted in it, you know. You find something like that, you can retire for sure.
So how did they get it back anyway? I didn't hear about that.
Well, no, I never heard anything about that, man. No, there was no explanation
they were just
like
knowing
that.
What
But it was dropped on their escape.
Oh, they dropped it. Okay.
Yeah, man. But I said, even how it mash up, it's still, oh man, that's still value money, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So I look forward to hearing from your friend and his comments on that. All right, Chalo, later, my boy. Have a good weekend, man.
All right, you take care.
Yeah, man, cool.
Well, if you want to join in here, of course, the numbers to call, 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo, toll free, no charges. You can also call on 949-8037 and 949-6990, or if you prefer WhatsApp, 925-3261. Leave us a message, give us a call, your choice. Well, I guess among the more important top stories in the first week of February, is what's happening with the HSA. We have had a change of board members. If you recall, we had resignations from a number of people, but the health minister, the Honorable Catherine Ebanks-Wilkes, and I guess along with the cabinet, wasted no time in finding replacements. They quickly got things back on track as far as the board was concerned, and appointed people and made some announcements about what is going on there. Particularly, they have hired KPMG, the accounting firm, to do an audit of the Health Services Authority, and give their analysis of what the problems are, including, of course, any financial issues that they would uncover, and also how to better manage what are some of the things that need improvement as far as management is concerned. And if you saw the news conference, one of the things that the minister said was that what is happening there and the state of things at the HSA was something that needed to be addressed urgently. So that is in the progress of, the audit is actually already underway. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. And the new chair of the HSA board, who was there from Tim Ridley was there at the beginning, and now he's back, and he said that there's some challenges and some issues that were there when he was there that he still sees that needs addressing. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You read about that? You can retire. Mr. Charlo?
Yeah. What's up?
The situation that I didn't mention was also that some tourists a long time ago found some treasure here, and the water dived it up, and the story was in the Skin Diver magazine, and they reported on it here in the Cayman Islands, and I don't know. People just seem to like diving in Cayman, and like I said, I don't know where all this stuff is coming from. Apparently, the story about the pirates may very well be real. Pirates coming with jewelry, that sort of thing, and hiding them here in Cayman. Because in that cave that I went into, the stuff was so old that I said, "Geez, some peace, man. I don't understand what kind of human being, how long ago those things could have been made. They would, just some very, very old models of precious metals, and I don't know who blocked off the place, but you can't get no access whatsoever to that now. I think it's on government property too.
Okay. All right.
But you can always do some little searching, and you never can tell. You be poor today and rich tomorrow.
Rags to riches.
From rags to riches. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, listen, you have a good weekend.
I'll try, sir.
Take care. So, getting back to HSA, among the things that the minister spoke about at the news conference was that this audit would be looking at governance issues, and of course, when you're running an organization such as HSA, one that is a vital service to the country and of the size that the organization is, governance of that organization is something that is of the utmost importance. Without the right governance controls, everything can just run off the rails there. Interestingly enough, the minister also said that while the government is in discussions about other major healthcare problems, including health insurance. Now, if you've listened to this show for a while, you know that's something that I bring up quite often, and a number of people have voiced the need for us to move on restructuring health insurance in the Cayman Islands. It is something that time and time again has been demonstrated by some people are not even covered, especially elderly people who no longer have the benefit of, working and having the coverage of group insurance, and are simply going without insurance. We've had organizations come in here who do charity work in the community, such as the Lions, saying that when they go and try to do health checks with people, they find that these people do not have the coverage that everybody is supposed to have in Cayman. And even the basic coverage, of course, doesn't go very far at all. You go to the doctor, and the doctor says you need some tests. When you pay the doctor's fee, you have very little left to do any kind of test with. And that's the dilemma of the most affordable insurance that we have in Cayman. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the Air Talk today.
Good afternoon, Charles. How are you and your listeners?
I am doing fine. I hope my listeners are doing fine.
Well, yeah, I put you on the spot. I put you on the spot so that you can answer on their behalf. Now, there's two things I want to mention. One of the things in the Cayman Islands that is rarely discussed is about the accountability of the judicial and legal services. And I just want to share with you one thing that I think is unprecedented in Cayman. There is an appeal that is coming up in the Court of Appeal. This is about a judicial review I filed against the Judicial Commission. And this was basically, I'm saying, without getting into the technicality, I'm just saying they failed to discipline a certain judge, and that therefore I want the court to have a look at that. But that first of all is unprecedented, I think. And part of the reason it's unprecedented, it's who are the members of the Judicial Commission. There are two people there, accountants, who are the chair, I think, and somebody else. But then the rest are all judges: the Chief Justice, the President of the Court of Appeal, the President of the Caribbean Court of Justice, the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, and so on. And that their decision basically is being questioned.
And what panel?
But what is it?
What's that panel called?
Pardon me?
This is what, the Judicial Review?
It's a judicial review, yes, please.
No, but the people that you were just naming there, what did you say? What's the name of that? What's the name?
Oh, the commission. Okay, it's called the Judicial and Legal Services Commission.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that recommends appointments of judges, dismissal of judges, disciplining of judges, and so on.
Okay.
Yes, so that decision which they made not to discipline a particular judge is one that I've challenged by judicial review. It has gone to the Grand Court. I lost in the Grand Court. They had brought a special judge from Barbados. He dismissed it. I think he was wrong, so I brought it to the Court of Appeal. But what is really more significant, Charles, is the fact that the governor has made a decision that the judges who will hear my appeal should not be current judges of the Court of Appeal. Because I wrote to her and I said that the antecedents of this matter are such that I cannot get a full hearing. I think the judges had it in for me, and she had to bring other judges. So all of them have recused themselves, and so the governor has appointed 3 special Court of Appeal judges. According to the 2-page letter that I received, these are judges who are current Lords of Appeal in the Court of Appeal in England. That is the first thing. The second thing is that they had wanted to give me a 3-day, they wanted to give me a 3-hour hearing, and I thought that would be a token hearing. I demanded 3 days. They have given me 2 days. So the date of this hearing is still to be named. We will finish filing the documents within this March. And I'm asking people in the Cayman Islands to look out for it because it is very important. I know a lot of people who have filed complaints against judges at the commission and nothing has ever happened. And so we'll see what will happen in this case. It may well affect a lot of people. The last one, which is a small one, some people who follow the papers will know that there was a protection order issued against me because I was said to have threatened somebody. That appeal is coming up on the 31st of August this year. The date for that one has been fixed. That is very important to the public because basically I'm challenging the constitutionality of the stalking law in the Cayman Islands. This is a law where, as written, when you have a tiff with somebody and maybe you exchange some words, that somebody can go to court and get a stalking order against you, even without you being convicted of anything, without you being given a chance to cross-examine the person. And some of the issues to be discussed there will be, let me ask you something. Yeah, sure.
Isn't there a difference between having a tiff with someone and someone continually confronting someone over an issue?
Okay. Good question. A tiff can develop into alleged stalking. Let me give you an example. It's a very good question, that because the line sometimes can be thin. If you exchange emails, saying, well, why are you doing this, and some bad language back and forth, can one of you then get up and say that the other person is stalking me? Okay. There are a lot of issues that arise here. I don't want to get into the detail, but part of the issue is if you are just defending yourself against an unlawful act, can you still be said to be stalking somebody? So that's one of the issues that will be decided. The other thing that is very important in light of the way people are being prosecuted for this offense called harassment. Now, we know there's somebody else, we won't mention a name, who is being charged again with harassment. And there was a decision made by the Court of Appeal sometime back in R versus Hill, where they said that, well, people have got freedom of speech, people have got a right to security of the person, and that people should not be prosecuted if this would be a disproportionate application of the law. What happened in my case was that the judge hadn't read that case. He admitted not reading it. There is no record of the proceedings that took place. I asked them to give me a copy of the audio or any handwritten copy. They've got nothing. That also is unconstitutional because under the law, the Grand Court is what is called a court of record, meaning that everything that takes place there must be recorded, either by hand, typed, or audio. So there are a lot of important issues that arise. So that issue, the date has been fixed, 31st of August. I ask people to have a look at it because you'll be surprised that next time you have a little bit of a tiff, then suddenly there will be a stalking order against you without you being given a chance to be heard. I thought I should update you on that. I think it's important for the public.
All right. Thank you very much. It's 1:30. Well, actually coming up on 1:31, we've got to take a break.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
If you have an objection to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your...
Don't do it, Tevin! I still love you. I have since the day we stole your mom's car and got matching dolphin tattoos.
Oh, Lordy. Janelle? From spring break, oh wait?
Yes, it's me.
Janelle, you've got to move on.
We're like the wedding guest that doesn't ruin the ceremony. CG Brit K. Good like that.
This Ash Wednesday, February 18th, celebrate harvesting harmony at the 57th Annual Cayman Islands Agriculture Show from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. Food, farming, culture, and community come together at the grounds in Lower Valley. Hosted by the Cayman Islands Agricultural Society and the Ministry of Agriculture. This one-day extravaganza is packed with Caymanian pride, family fun, and great prizes to be won. Don't miss it. Follow Cayman Agriculture on Facebook and Instagram for all of the details.
Sponsored by the Department of Agriculture, Pepsi, Quality Feed, Ale Thompson's, Terra Vegetation and Maintenance, and Radio Cayman.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting in the Cayman Islands.
50 years of music.
This is Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
50 years of life. We are the rhythm of the city.
Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the Talk Today.
Mr. Charlo?
Yes.
I got a story for you. It's a very interesting story, but I think I should read a book called entitled "God Will Provide."
Or write a poem.
Yeah, right. Because I was talking to this guy. He was on a work permit a couple years ago, And he was telling me, boy, he's having some problems with his work permit. So I tried to talk to him and tell him whatever I could to help him. And he's saying, well, how life's so hard and everything. And I looked at him and I said, my friend, I only got $2 in my pocket. But I bumped him, I hold my hand on his fist, my fist on his fist, and I said, God will provide. I said, God will provide, my friend. And after he walked off, I moved from there and I went and sit down somewhere else. And what do you think I found, Mr. Charlo?
Tell me.
Boy, I tell you, God, the thing is, God will provide, but not only for me, for other people too. When I went to sit down right in the front of me no, actually not in the front of me, but I sat down and I saw this guy reverse. Then I saw this big envelope, and when I looked at it, the corner of it was torn. And I saw a lot of money inside there. So it wasn't mine. So I stopped him and I said, is this yours? He said, yeah, he had it to buy a car. And I know that guy usually buy fancy cars, real expensive cars. It's a big, fat package of money. And people telling me, oh, you should keep it. But it wasn't that ain't mine. I mean, it's a fun story. Like I told the guy, God will provide. And I moved from there and went to sit down. But the only thing I can say is, Mr. Charles, God will provide not only for me, but for other people. The guy had 2 little children in the car, had his little kid. So I said to myself, well, you know something, I think it's better I give it to him that he can take care of his bills. He said it's his, and I saw him reverse over it. So, but that's the story about God will provide, Mr. Charles.
All right, then.
And I know he will provide if I mean, you can be poor today and your life can change tomorrow. You know, things rough today, but it can be a lot smoother in the week coming. You know?
Keep the faith.
Yes, sir.
All right. You take care.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
So, back to HSA. In mentioning the fact that health insurance needs to be addressed, the minister, I think, gave us a ray of hope there that this current government will be taking this under consideration and hopefully doing something about it. You know, just the fact that she chose to include that, which was not, you know, the subject of discussion, but the idea that she would bring that up as part of what the government is going to be addressing, you know, along with other major health problems, is a ray of hope that we're going to see a change in health insurance in the Cayman Islands, one that is much more extensive and, you know, providing better coverage than what most people can afford right now. We do have a caller on the line, so let's go to the phones. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Good afternoon to you, Charlo. Good afternoon. Yes, sir.
How are you doing, man?
Okay. Can't complain from the one.
Yeah. What's on your mind today?
Good bit of cool weather.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love it.
Yes, and live one day at a time. That's how I try to do it. thanking God that we're above ground each day. The issue there is, as we've spoken about this many times, and many people over the many years, as I said, it is not a today issue. It's very difficult, of course, for those folks at HSA to do their accounts in the usual way of all the other ministries and so forth, because that's a complex ministry. We're dealing with thousands of people who, not because of their fault, because of laws made that mandates people to pay into insurance policies that they cannot afford really to pay the premiums, and they really get no benefits from it, as you just talked about, and everybody talks about. So I don't need to waste your time going over that and the people's time. We all know it's unworkable. It doesn't work, and it runs into millions and millions of dollars. They can't turn anyone away.
Yeah, that's a big aspect there.
It's different from every other ministry. So it's a complex situation. And our elected representatives, we can bring in all the consultants we want. As Ms. Genevieve Borden said, those who went to her school have often told me that when they asked her who is a consultant or what does it mean, she says, the guy from over yonder, you know? The guy from over yonder, that's a consultant. That's Ms. famous Ms. Genevieve words. Well, that's all it is. We have our own experts here, our own people who realize and know what the system entails, the massive confusion, the massive complexity of it. But over the years, we have sort of shied away from it, didn't want to admit what's happening, and then it's like an ulcer, you know, it festers, or a wound that's not treated, things like that. And we see that it has reached astronomical proportions and so forth. And that's what's happening. And we can appoint all the boards we want. Yes, we have to trim expenses. We know that. Any half-idiot like myself knows that. You have to live within a certain budget. But then how can you budget for what you don't know is going to happen? And what escalates because of situations, and more people are coming in and more people are joining us on low-paid jobs and so forth and so on, and mandated to pay into this insurance. And as you said, once you use one part of it, it's no good anymore. Though a doctor will say, well, you got to do some tests, you got to come back for more treatment. You're paid your 20% whatever you call it, part of the bill.
Yeah, your copay.
Copay. The little fellow who's earning the $6 now, he had $75 a month. An hour, sorry. And maybe a month, where they come from. But anyhow, this is it. This is it. It's an untenable situation, and it's unworkable. And we know this, but we let it fester for 28 years.
I mean, how long has this thing been at $400, you know, for outpatient doctor visit and test? Meanwhile, all these costs are skyrocketing.
Skyrocketing. This is it, Charlo. They know they're not all blind. They're running for election. They know they have their own councils and all that. Every politician has always have their close band of councillors and advisors. We know that. That's something that's been forever. And they know, they put out feelers that go around to the people, and they know. If you want to call it a quasi, what do you call it, thing? District council, or on written district council, or a secret district, whatever. Anyhow, this is the reality of things. It's not something new. It's just something we have shied away from facing, that serious fact. it's the health insurance thing. To me, that is our number one priority. That thing, because it's all mandatory and mandatory.
Well, I find it interesting that she brought that up. You know, it makes me think that something is on the stove there. Something is on the burner.
Yes, I believe
try
so.
and do something.
I believe something will be done. That young lady is trying her very best. As everyone that's 19 who have put up their names, they know they'll be berated, be ridiculed, be blamed, buffeted from every side. That's what we do with our elected representatives. They are our friends until they're elected. And if things don't go the way we want it to go, each individual of the, 23,000 vote or something like that. Well, then again, we have a problem because I want this, you want that, and this is it again. So, there has to be that sit down and decide on the very serious issues, not by any referendum, but by them deciding, sitting there all night and saying, it is time we deal with this. And it must be dealt with now urgently, and this must be priority, the people's health, because the people being able to work and then there's no real sort of existence, so to speak. And this, to me, is of paramount importance. We have got to take care of this problem. We cannot put it off any longer. And we're talking about building roads. That's fine. I'll end with this. But if we continue importing, 300 cars a month, something like that, I once heard, you will know more than I do, that we could build all the roads we want. We'll be in the same situation. We've got to stop this importation. We've got to stop it. That everybody who is here can just get up. The moment you get off a plane and come here to work, you can go and import a car or things. No, it cannot be like that.
Well, Mickey, you know what? The I-95 that runs through Miami.
Yes,
right?
I know it very well, east to west. Yeah. North
was
to south.
Was there ever a time that there wasn't some kind of construction going on?
Yes,
on
always. But they're not importing that many cars.
But people are coming to live there, coming into Florida. It was
people,
a big growth state as far as population.
But that is so different from us because those are highways that are restricted for very high-speed vehicles, 70 miles an hour nowadays. But people can't walk on it. People can't ride bicycles on it, which is common here. It's just like any little lane or sideway. You can ride anywhere you feel. This is the thing. It's a difference. When we say we have highways, what highways? We have roads. That's it. We don't. So there's no comparison, really. But I understand what you're saying. There's always been construction, the airport, everything.
And that's what it'll be here if the cars keep coming at the same rate that they're coming now.
Yeah, but we've got to stop. We can stop the importation. We can do it. People can be satisfied with buying. There are lots of cars here for sale, 2-year-old cars, and the real companies that import, there are not that many. Have licensed importer in the car sales business, they themselves should be restricted because they have cars here. Those cars have like 4-year warranties now and all that sort of thing. We see them being there on the roadside advertised right here on Crew Road, and then they are there at their lots. You can go and see them. And all that, and so we don't need to be bringing in all these cars. We can put the restrictions if we have the courage to do it.
And Mickey, you just mentioned that.
Yes.
I guess you were referring to that car lot on Crew Road there.
Yes.
Those
are fairly new vehicles, maybe brand new. I don't know. They look brand new.
I drove by there the other day, and I looked. And I said, "Man, most of those cars are gone."
Yes, well, see, yes, people are buying them here, maybe shipping some to the BRAC and so forth, but they're there still, and some are there past all the while.
But those cars was on the lot, and now most of them are on
and
the
then
street.
you see cars for sale all over. Well, the cars, yes, and they look very new to me. And this is what I'm saying: there are vehicles here. Not everyone has to have a car. We notice that many of the young people who come in here from the United States are so on working along the West Bay Strip. This is where most of our foreign labor is working anyhow. And they mostly don't have cars. They take the bus, they ride a bicycle, or they ride one of these e-bikes. Again, we're running into trouble with that. And so forth. And, but there again, we might have one person having a car and they could easily accommodate to take 3 or 4 people, but they don't. And this is it. But we've got to get the courage to say no more. We could build all the roads we want. We only have a finite space here in Cayman. Let's face facts. You can only put so much sand in a shoebox. And that's it. And then it'll be full up. That's just my thoughts on this thing. As I said, we've got to have the courage to take some serious look at the very important things. And that health insurance thing to me is number one, and the pensions at the same time. But the health insurance business, they've got to overhaul that system and put it how it should be in fairness to the people. Have a wonderful day, Charlo. I listen up.
Have a great weekend, Mickey. I have to take a break. I'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
If you or your loved one is facing cancer, only Sylvester will stand firmly by your side at every step, from diagnosis through survivorship, providing you and your family peace of mind and assisting with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center is South Florida's only NCI-designated cancer center and specializes in treating the most complex cancer cases. Your first-class cancer care is just a flight away. Learn more at sylvester.org.
Freedom, Cayman Brac. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting in the Cayman Islands. This is Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And we've been talking about insurance, health insurance. A WhatsApp message here says, "Hi, Charles. Yes, in one word, health insurance must be portable and not dump people who get sick, get old, retire, or change jobs." That's it. That's another aspect of it also, that you continue to have the same insurance. I guess there'll be a lot of, structuring to get that in place. But that's one of the things, as people age, they no longer work a job, they retire, and they lose all those benefits that they once had as part of that group, when they were working. And, how ironic it is, when you pay the money in to health insurance when you're younger and most likely much, much healthier. And then as you get older and you get the problems that comes with age, things start to happen. You don't have the kind of coverage that you had when you were much healthier and paying into it. It's like when you really need to have the health insurance, that's when you either don't have it or have it at a much reduced benefit that you had before. And that happens to a lot of people, because health insurance is very expensive once you go beyond that SHIC plan that only provides $400 towards any kind of outpatient services that you may receive from a doctor or test that you might have to get to find out what is going on with your body. And when I was talking to Mickey there, he was mentioning that we have to understand that we have to institutions must work within a budget, which is hard to do when you don't know how much service that you're going to have to give to someone who does not have the means to pay for it. Because, someone turns up at the hospital seriously ill, it's not like you can say, what's your insurance? And if they don't have any, you turn them away. HSA is charged with taking care of people in the Cayman Islands who are in need of medical assistance. And whether they have that insurance or means to pay, they have to help them. Hard to budget for that. I mean, I guess you could say, well, over a period of time, the average is this, but, to budget accurately, that's hard to do when you don't know, what you're going to be facing year in, year out. How many people are going to be showing up with problems, some of them more major than others, and therefore more expensive than others. And you have to help them because they don't have the means of paying. And here, we're not going to see anyone go without medical care that needs it. That is the policy. We do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the Air with Talk today.
Hey, good afternoon, Charlo. Dominique Ebanks here. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
Any better? I couldn't stand it.
Oh, boy.
Thank you. Boy. Charlo, I was just giving you a quick call while I got a quick minute to talk.
Okay. We're close to the news, so go ahead.
You're going to the news now?
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I'll take less than the news. No, I was saying, these insurance stuff that we have, I do see, the idea of having a national, health insurance. And if you have people who are unable to afford to pay, we got these multiple corporations and everything here that, we got taxed some other kind of way. Something has to fund that system. You have a huge amount of people here in Cayman. We suppose, everybody in Cayman suppose have some form of insurance, whether it's under cynical or something. But if you're not going to make that a reality, right? It almost makes no sense to talk about it, but it's ways of it being done. And, as you heard from the Premier this morning, we talked about a lot of things and finding ways of creating new revenue and so forth to be able to offset a lot of these things. So, it shouldn't be in a position where we are still like this, and this millennium, or if you want to call it that, where we are still talking about something we've been talking about from 1990 something when it first started. So it's going to take some action, just like the current government's taking action on a lot of other things like immigration and so forth. Well, this is one of them things that we have to do, because this money is leaving. We see the President of the United States, Donald Trump himself, talking about the same thing as well over there, about how these insurance companies are throwing these big bonuses, throwing these big parties. Where you get money from to give bonuses? Where you get money from to have parties? And if you look at a lot of these corporations that we have here, just Christmas gone, some of them are, every year, annually, some of these companies have concerts and things that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars just to have that one-off party, so forth, giving out huge bonuses, and every time government tries to implement something, of course, they can find some way to pass it on rather than taking it out of their cut. We just have to find ways to make sure that they pay, and they're not going to wait to rental. It's the same thing like these hotels. They can't pack those buildings up and go away. So even if you put pressure on them, there's nothing they can do other than complain. Business will go on. But we have been always kicking our bucket down the street, observing all of their losses. Take tourism, for example. Government throws a lot of money.
I've got to get you to wrap it up, though.
Yeah.
Unless you want to hang on. You want to hang on?
No, I'll call you back after the news be so long. I'll have lunch and all that time you get back.
Okay. Okay. But thank you for calling.
All right, John.
You have a good weekend. No problem. It's news time. Let's check in with the newsroom.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Low Cayman, and right. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market. It's match day at the CONCACAF U17 qualifiers in Costa Rica, where Cayman opens Group G play this afternoon. The national U17 boys face a tough first test against Canada at the Costa Rica Federation Field. Kickoff is at 2 p.m., so the game has just begun, and it's months of preparation which came down to this moment as the young Caymanians begin their qualifying campaign. Good afternoon, I'm Dion Anglin with your headlines and news elsewhere. Senior U.S. and Iran officials have held indirect talks in Oman as tensions rise in the Middle East. The meeting in Muscat comes amid a U.S. military buildup and ongoing concerns over Iran's crackdown on nationwide protests. Iran's foreign minister called the discussions a good beginning, with negotiators returning home for further consultations. And the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots meet in what many consider one of the most unlikely Super Bowl matchups in years. Seattle enters as 4.5 point favorites in Santa Clara, but analysts say the teams are evenly matched after consistent seasons. Expect a tight contest where single play could decide the championship. That's a wrap of your headlines. I'm Dion Anglin.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at the weather here. It's 75 degrees here in Georgetown with winds out of the north at 13 knots. And the forecast, one word, windy. And that is, the wind is going to keep blowing out there until straight through tonight. 15 to 20 knots expected out of the north, with even higher gusts. Seas rough. Seas running at 6 to 8 feet. A small craft alert is in effect, and the National Weather Service's radar is back online. We always like to see that, and it's looking beautiful. No rain in our area at all. No, sir. That's looking good. And let's go straight to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, hello. Me again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I said, that insurance business with all these poor people coming to Cayman to work here. I imagine, how they feel and the strain it is on them, because not all of them are making some money. I was there one time, and I had a run-in with an insurance company. I developed a hernia, and I didn't want Cynical. I had Cynical. I didn't want Cynical to pay for it. I wanted them to pay for it.
Oh, you had Cynical and a private insurance company too?
But this insurance company was right downtown there.
You don't have to get into who it is, but...
Yeah, but anyway, I went to see them to ask them to pay for this operation. And I think I had about 3 months of payment in there at that time. I just joined that company. And they tell me, no, they wasn't covering it, man.
Why? Because you had Cynical?
No. Well, no, I don't think they knew that I had Cynical.
Okay.
So they wouldn't cover it, But in the end, I had to ask Cynical to cover it,
But I mean, to take care of a hernia, you would be going into a hospital and having surgery, right?
Yeah.
So even if you had a SHIC plan, that should have covered that.
Yeah, but they told me right before my basement, no, we're not covered it, So it happened so that my employment with that company there, after I had to go back to Cynical and ask them to cover it for me, and they did, I decided that they will leave that company there, and that's when I went to seek fire, But I said I could imagine how them people are to feel, because every week's pay, they're paying that, And that's only covering like one visit to that hospital, or maybe 2 visits. I don't know.
You mean the basic SHIC plan, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, Charlo, in 2012, Cynical gave me that indefinite insurance, and I was mighty glad to have that. I sometimes go in and talk to those officials in Cynical, and wish them well, and just make them know that not because they gave me that I take advantage of that. Because right now, I could ask Cynical for some help to send me to Miami to doctor. But right now, I do what the doctors here tell me to do, because I have an artery problem in my left leg and one in my right leg. The right leg is the worst. But I'm still on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still on my feet, and I'm really not feeling too much effect from it. I just do what they tell me to do, and somehow I believe it's working, along with prayer,
But would you would have to get a referral from your doctor that you needed to go overseas, because it's not available here, right?
That would be no problem.
Okay.
Because that was offered to me.
All right.
You understand? But I said, I always believe that I can